Welcome to the Deep Dive. We pull out the key insights from the world's most fascinating stories, and today, well, we're diving into something that really does feel like sci-fi made real. Imagine breathing smoke from wildfires maybe 3,000 miles away. That was the reality for New Yorkers last year during Canada's huge fire season.
It was unbelievable, wasn't it? The reach of these events.
Exactly. And then you hear that over 90% of wildfires are actually human-caused, yet our detection systems, well, they're still mostly reactive.
Right. We often only catch them once they're already a pretty significant threat.
And it's not just some distant natural disaster anymore. This is escalating, it's human-influenced, and it cost, what, over $50 billion globally just last year?
That's the figure. An enormous cost, financially and environmentally.
Yeah, millions of acres gone, homes destroyed, and tragically lives lost. The
Yeah.
force is just increasing.
And it feels like in the last decade especially, they've become, well, fiercer, faster, deadlier.
Fueled by climate change, spreading at speeds that honestly seem to defy our current ways of fighting them.
It's terrifying.
It really is. It's this persistent threat touching communities, ecosystems, economies everywhere.
It demands.
Well, it demands we think radically differently.
We absolutely have to.
So here's the big question then. What if? What if artificial intelligence could step in, stop these fires before they even really began?
Mm-hmm.
Picture it just for a second. These vast forests, patrolled from above, not by humans squinting through smoke, but by autonomous drones, scanning every single inch of land tirelessly. And these aren't just, basic drones.
No, not at all.
They're intelligent sentinels designed to spot that first tiny wisp of smoke, that faintest heat signature.
The very beginning.
Yes. And then neutralize the danger within minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes of ignition.
It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
Straight out of a movie. But that's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
Okay.
Because this is the key point. This isn't science fiction anymore.
Mm.
This vision, this always-on sentinel watching over our wildlands.
Right.
It's not just possible, it's rapidly becoming the future of firefighting. And it's happening, I think, much faster than most people realize.
Faster than we think. Absolutely. So our mission today is really to unpack this whole transformative future for you.
Mm.
We'll dig into the tech, the, groundbreaking stuff at its core.
Okay.
Explore its huge potential to really redefine how we deal with these destructive events. And just as vital, we need to look critically at the other side.
New challenges.
The challenges, the considerations, the frameworks we absolutely need as we adopt something this powerful.
Makes sense.
By the end of this, you should have a really solid grasp of how this could change everything, giving you like a shortcut to being properly informed on something with massive global implications.
Okay, let's really get into the scale of this challenge then.
Yeah.
Because we've mentioned numbers, but the reality, it's even starker, isn't it?
It is.
When we talk about wildfires now, particularly these last few years, it's not just fires burning.
Mm.
It feels like facing an unstoppable enemy.
That's a good way to put it.
These things are consuming forests in hours
Mm-hmm.
and communities,
Mm-hmm.
gone in minutes. It's terrifying. Think about Paradise, California, the campfire back in 2018.
Oh, devastating.
Deadliest, most destructive in California's history. Over 18,000 buildings just gone in hours.
The speed is unbelievable.
And why? Well, it's complex, obviously, but climate change is a huge driver. We're seeing these long droughts, snow melting earlier.
Leaving everything tinder dry.
Exactly. Tinder boxes. Add in changes in how we manage land, maybe building closer to wild areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect storm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just a predictable seasonal thing anymore. It feels like a continuous year-round threat.
Mm-hmm.
And our old methods, they just can't keep up.
They were designed for a different kind of fire, arguably.
The intensity, the speed, the sheer scale now,
Yeah.
it demands a completely new approach, a paradigm shift, really.
That's a crucial point because when you zoom out, the scale just underscores why we need these innovations so urgently.
Yeah.
We keep saying millions of acres, billions in damages, but these aren't just abstract numbers. They're real losses, rippling out.
Affecting everything.
Everything. Global carbon emissions, insurance markets. It's not just one state's problem.
Mm-hmm.
These megafires, they wreck ecosystems.
Pushing species towards extinction.
Absolutely. Destroying habitats, changing landscapes for, well, maybe generations. Think about the Amazon or Australia's ancient forests, North America's timberlands, all being fundamentally changed.
And the human cost. It's immense.
Beyond the immediate danger, the loss of life, people being displaced, There are huge long-term health issues from all that smoke.
Right, the air quality impact is massive.
Massive. Economic disruption in regions, the trauma of losing everything, your home, your job, your community.
And even if you live miles away.
Exactly. Even if you're thousands of miles away, the effects, climate patterns, supply chains, the cost of goods, it connects to your world.
So it touches everyone.
It touches us all, directly or indirectly, which is why proactive solutions aren't just, nice to have, they're essential.
And look, we absolutely have to acknowledge the people on the front lines. It's not for lack of bravery.
Not at all. Incredible bravery.
Traditional firefighters are heroes, no question.
No.
Running towards danger when instinct tells everyone else to run away.
Absolutely.
But even heroes have limits. And the challenges they face are just huge. Picture it. Vast, rugged terrain. No roads, maybe not even trails.
Makes access incredibly difficult.
Incredibly difficult, agonizingly slow. And then there's the detection problem we mentioned. It's often too late.
By the time someone sees smoke.
Right, by the time it's reported, confirmed, crews get moving, that little spark, maybe a lightning strike or a cigarette butt,
It's already growing.
it's well on its way to becoming a monster blaze. Add in heat waves, crazy wind shifts, conditions that just push humans to their absolute limit.
It's dangerous, exhausting work.
Extremely. So you see why their efforts, while vital, end up being reactive, constrained. And this next stat really hits home.
Okay.
The average wildfire detection time today is a staggering 6 hours.
6 hours.
6 hours.
Have-
Sometimes more, before it's even properly located and reported.
Wow. That's a profound bottleneck, isn't it? 6 hours? What does that actually mean on the ground?
It means trouble. Big trouble.
It means that by the time crews or, air tankers get there, often hours after ignition, the fire's grown exponentially.
Yeah.
Think how fast a small spark becomes an acre, then how quickly that explodes into, well, potentially an uncontrollable inferno.
Yeah.
Especially if it's dry and windy.
With lots of fuel around.
Exactly. That time lag is the critical vulnerability. Our traditional methods, despite all the heroism, just struggle to overcome that gap.
It's baked into the system.
It really is. It's the difference between, say, putting out a small campfire that's just starting
Easy enough.
and trying to fight a raging bonfire that's already halfway through the forest.
Oh.
That delay. It just highlights why we need this paradigm shift. We need early response.
Proactive intervention.
Proactive intervention at the earliest possible moment, when it's still just a flicker.
Okay, so given those critical delays, how do we actually change that timeline? This is where these AI-powered drones really come into their own, isn't it?
This is the leap forward.
This feels like the new frontier. And we're not talking about simple flying cameras here. These are sophisticated autonomous units
Highly advanced system.
packed with cutting-edge tech for this specific job. Things like highly sensitive thermal imaging,
Seeing heat?
picking up tiny temperature changes from way up high, advanced smoke detection algorithms, trained to tell the difference between, say, a tiny fire wisp and a distant cloud,
Crucial distinction.
and lightning-fast communication systems, sending that critical data instantly. Their biggest advantage,
Speed of detection.
spotting a fire the moment it sparks,
Yeah.
changing the intervention timeline from hours to minutes. That's huge.
It is huge. And what's truly transformative here is how it shifts us. We move away from being mainly reactive.
Responding after it's already big.
Exactly. Towards a genuinely proactive prevention model. It's that critical difference between fighting a raging inferno and tackling a tiny spark before it even gets going.
Before it has a chance.
Right. And the AI-powered bit is key. They aren't just following orders. They're learning.
Learning.
From massive data sets, past fires, weather patterns, terrain types. They adapt, refine their detection, make better predictions in real time. They actually get smarter,
Wow.
which gives us this always-on sentinel capability, something human patrols, no matter how dedicated, just can't match because of the sheer scale.
And endurance. Drones don't get tired.
They don't get tired, they don't sleep. They're always scanning day, night, across millions of acres of tough terrain. It's a fundamental shift in how we protect these vulnerable landscapes.
So if they're these intelligent sentinels, how do they actually operate? What are they doing up there?
Well, from above, they sweep the forest. They fly in these complex, optimized patterns.
Patterns humans couldn't really replicate.
Not with the same efficiency or coverage. They cover huge areas with incredible precision. But the real magic is the machine learning inside them.
Okay, the AI.
The AI. These algorithms are incredibly sophisticated. They're trained on enormous amounts of data to do one crucial, nuanced job. tell the difference between, say, harmless campfire smoke.
Or maybe a farmer burning stubble.
Exactly. Benign sources like that versus the true telltale signs of a dangerous wildfire just starting.
And it's not just looking at it.
No, it's much deeper. It's analyzing heat signatures, the particles in the smoke plume, how the plume behaves dynamically.
How it moves.
How it moves, how fast it dissipates. Benign smoke often behaves differently, has different spectral properties than smoke from burning trees or brush. It's really detailed analysis.
Okay, let's break down the tech that makes that possible.
Yeah.
You hear these terms, like LiDAR mapping. What is that exactly?
Right. LiDAR, it stands for light detection and ranging. It's not just a fancy word, it's revolutionary.
How does it work?
It uses pulsed laser light. It measures the time it takes for the light to bounce back, and from that, it builds the incredibly precise, high-resolution 3D maps of the terrain.
So like a digital twin of the forest.
Exactly, a 3D digital twin. Every hill, valley, every tree, even the underbrush. This data is absolutely essential.
For navigation.
For navigation, yes, avoiding obstacles autonomously, but crucially, for understanding the terrain in minute detail for fire spread prediction.
How does the terrain detail help predict spread?
Well, LiDAR creates a precise fuel map. It identifies where the vegetation is dense, what type it is, even how it's arranged vertically in the canopy.
Okay, so it knows where the fuel is.
It knows where the fuel is, the slope angles, elevation changes. That allows the AI to anticipate with incredible accuracy how a fire might move and behave. It can spot potential fire breaks or areas where a fire might just race uphill.
Based on the physical structure.
Got it.
Precisely.
Okay, next piece. Infrared sensors. These see heat, right?
Exactly. They're the eyes that see beyond what we can see. They're critical for detecting those subtle heat signatures.
Even tiny ones.
Even tiny ones. Things that indicate a fire starting, even through thick smoke or fog or dense trees that would totally block a normal camera or the human eye.
So it can see things we can't. It can pick up the faint heat of a smoldering ember under leaves, or a hot spot from a lightning strike long before it actually bursts into flame.
Wow.
And it can tell the difference between, say, a rock heated by the sun and the specific signature of combustion. It's an invaluable early warning system, 247, day or night, regardless of smoke.
Okay, LiDAR for the map, infrared for the heat. What about predicting where it goes, predictive fire spread models?
This is where the AI really shows its power, turning all that data into actual intelligence.
How?
These models integrate everything: the LiDAR topography and fuel maps, the infrared heat signatures showing the exact ignition point, real-time weather.
Wind speed, direction, humidity.
All of it. Plus historical fire behavior data for similar areas. The AI uses these models not just to detect a fire, but to anticipate its path and growth.
Like looking into the future.
Almost, with astonishing accuracy. It predicts how fast it might spread, which way it's likely to go based on wind and terrain, which areas are most at risk.
Allowing for strategic intervention.
Totally strategic. You're fighting the fire where it's going to be, not just where it is now. Deploying resources precisely where they'll be most effective, maybe even before the fire gets there.
Like getting ahead of it.
Exactly, like getting ahead of it. It's like having a crystal ball showing the fire's next moves.
That's incredible.
It is. And this isn't just about collecting cool data, though that's powerful itself. It's the real-time, intelligent decision-making. Pattern recognition at speeds humans just can't match.
Right.
When you combine LiDAR's grasp of the physical space, infrared's ability to see the hidden heat, and the AI's predictive power, you get a system that doesn't just find a fire.
It understands it.
It immediately understands its potential threat and path, which allows for immediate, incredibly informed responses. Imagine the drone not just saying, fire at these coordinates, but saying, fire here, about 10 square feet, moving southwest at 5 mph due to wind, likely to hit that ridge in 20 minutes. Consider dropping foam at point X.
That specific.
That level of hyper-localized, actionable intelligence is truly transformative for early intervention. It gives responders the ultimate advantage.
Okay, so a fire is detected. That amazing intelligence is gathered. What happens then? How does it turn into action?
Right, the action part. Because the drone network doesn't just watch, it acts. It becomes this rapid, multi-pronged response system.
First step, alerting people.
First critical step, an immediate, super precise alert. The drones instantly relay the location, plus all that rich data size, potential spread, predicted path, straight to fire crews and command centers.
So responders know exactly where to go and what they're facing.
Exactly. No time wasted searching. They're guided right to the emerging threat, armed with vital intel.
But you said the drones themselves can act.
Yes, they're not just messengers. They can engage in direct, immediate intervention.
Like what?
Like deploying mini-water payloads. We're talking small, targeted drops, maybe just a few gallons.
But dropped with precision.
Pinpoint accuracy. Enough to extinguish a tiny ignition before it grows, or douse a smoldering spot. Think of it like a super localized squirt from above.
Okay, what else?
And it doesn't stop there. For slightly bigger ignitions, or to protect a really vulnerable spot ahead of time, they can also release fire-retardant foam.
Creating fire breaks.
Exactly. Strategically deployed to coat vegetation, basically starving a new fire of fuel, or to suppress flames right at the earliest, most vulnerable stage.
So it's knocked down before it gets big.
That's the goal. Knock it down or contain it before it gathers momentum and becomes that unstoppable threat. And what's truly revolutionary here is the network aspect, the coordination.
It's not just one drone.
No, it's not an isolated unit flying around. It's a coordinated system, multiple units working together seamlessly.
How does that work?
Picture several drones covering a large area. They're constantly talking to each other, sharing data, maybe collectively making decisions or sending aggregated info back to the ground teams.
Like a team in the sky.
Precisely. This integrated approach optimizes resources. It sends the right tool water, foam to the right place at the right time. It uses swarm intelligence to slash response times.
Providing multiple layers of defense.
A dynamic, adaptive shield over the wildlands. So, while one drone spots the spark, others might be heading in to drop water or foam.
While others keep mapping.
Exactly. Mapping the terrain, feeding real-time data back to human crews to help their ground approach. This level of coordinated, autonomous response, it's unprecedented in wildfire management.
And you said this isn't just theory anymore. There's real-world proof.
Yes, absolutely. We have concrete, measurable evidence from trials across the globe. Think challenging places like California or the huge bushlands in Australia.
I mean, specific examples.
Well, take Project Guardian in the Sierra Nevada. In controlled tests and real-world pilot programs, these AI drones have demonstrably cut wildfire spread rates by up to an incredible 80%.
80%.
80%. Just think about that. Reducing how fast a fire expands by 80%, that's not a small improvement.
No, that's game-changing. It buys crucial time.
Crucial time for human firefighters to arrive and fully extinguish the threat. It's a massive deceleration of a destructive force.
And the impact goes beyond just slowing the fire, right? There are economic benefits.
Huge economic benefits. Connecting the success. These dramatic reductions in spread aren't just about saving trees, though that's vital.
It's about saving money, saving property.
Exactly. It results in saving millions, potentially billions, in damages. Less area burn means fewer homes lost, less critical infrastructure damage.
Power lines, roads, comms towers.
All that. And significantly lower cost for the firefighting operations themselves, which can run into staggering amounts for big fires.
So it pays for itself, potentially.
It's a direct return on investment, mitigating that colossal financial burden that wildfires place on communities and governments. And just to contextualize these trials a bit more, these aren't just numbers on a page. They translate into real, profound impact.
For people and nature.
For communities and ecosystems. An 80% spread reduction means fewer homes lost, fewer families displaced, less trauma, a more stable economy for those regions.
Which often struggle to rebuild.
They really do. And for ecosystems. Less habitat destroyed, protecting biodiversity, allowing nature to recover faster, preventing that long-term ecological damage.
Yeah, and the cost savings you mentioned.
That monumental reduction in the financial burden of fighting and recovering. It frees up public money for other essential things. Education, healthcare, infrastructure.
So it moves from theory to proven impact.
Tangible, proven impact. It offers real hope for a more resilient future, where we're not just reacting, but actively preventing these disasters on a scale we couldn't before. It's a powerful testament to what smart tech can do for our biggest environmental challenges.
Okay, the potential is clearly revolutionary, incredibly promising. But we have to be realistic. No technology is perfect.
That's absolutely crucial to remember.
We need to consider the downsides, the potential pitfalls, right alongside these huge benefits, like asking the critical questions. What happens if these drones fail?
Right.
They're complex machines flying autonomously in tough environments. What could go wrong? Technical malfunctions, sensors failing, software glitches.
All possible. Battery issues causing unexpected landings in remote spots, navigation errors, sending them off course.
Maybe even crashing. Reliability has to be paramount.
Paramount. Rigorous testing is essential.
And then there's the security angle,
Yeah.
the cybersecurity threat.
Always a concern with connected systems.
Could hackers disrupt them? These autonomous systems rely on networks, data streams. They seem like potential targets.
They are potential targets.
What could hackers do? False alarms, maybe? Wasting resources?
That's one risk. Or worse, disabling equipment during a real emergency. That could be catastrophic if a fire is spreading fast.
So the very things that make them powerful, the connectivity, the autonomy, also create vulnerabilities.
They do. And it's a vital consideration. It raises big questions about robustness and resilience.
So what's the answer? How do we mitigate those risks?
Well, expanding on that, the development and deployment must prioritize incredibly robust fail-safes. Redundant systems for everything critical.
Like backups for the backups.
Exactly. If one navigation system fails, another kicks in instantly. Multiple power sources, independent communication links, secure encrypted data.
And the cybersecurity part.
Not just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential, maybe even more critical than for other infrastructure because of the immediate danger of wildfires.
So constant monitoring.
Constant monitoring for intrusions, sophisticated encryption, secure operator authentication, staying ahead of evolving threats. We're not just building flying machines, we're building critical environmental protection infrastructure.
And it needs to be rock solid.
As secure and reliable as any national utility. Plus, you have regulatory hurdles too, flying drones over national parks, vast wilderness, that needs careful handling.
Okay, technical challenges aside, there's a deeper, maybe more profound human question here. How will communities adapt? How will we adapt to the idea of a forest watched constantly by machines?
That's a big one.
This isn't just an occasional drone flying over. It's the implication of persistent autonomous surveillance over natural spaces we usually think of as wild, untouched.
It changes the feel, potentially.
Yeah. There are practical concerns first, right? What data gets collected besides fire stuff? Who sees it? Has it used? Stored? Data governance, transparency, that's key for trust.
Absolutely critical for public trust.
But beyond the data, what about the psychological impact? Living under automated oversight, does it change our relationship with nature?
Does it make it feel less wild? Less free?
Yeah, less a place for solitude or discovery. Does it create unease, like being watched, even if the intention is good?
It's a fundamental shift in how we interact with the environment.
From organic discovery to systematic scanning. It's not a small thing. It touches on deep societal values, how we see wilderness.
For these systems to truly work, the communities need to accept them, embrace them.
Which requires engaging with these concerns directly.
That's precisely where the human element is paramount, and it absolutely demands open dialogue, thoughtful policy development.
Finding the right balance.
Exactly. Finding that balance between the undeniable security benefits, literally saving lives and landscapes, and that very real human desire for freedom, for untamed nature.
It's tricky.
It is. On one hand, preventing catastrophic fires is incredibly compelling. On the other, societal acceptance hinges not just on if it works, but how it's implemented, ethically, transparently.
So it's not just about the tech.
Not at all. It's about clear rules for data use, public accountability, ways for communities to have input, oversight. We need to build trust proactively.
Shared stewardship, not just imposition.
That's the ideal. It's a complex societal adaptation, and we have to navigate it with real care, foresight, and constant communication.
If we manage all that, if this is successful, these AI drones could really signal a new era, couldn't they? Transforming our relationship with wildfire.
A genuinely new chapter.
We could see a future where forests burn less often, less intensely, where fire season isn't this terrifying annual dread, but maybe more like a manageable historical memory.
That's the hope.
Imagine wildlife thriving in stable habitats that aren't constantly being wiped out. Ecosystems flourishing, species recovering. It paints a really hopeful picture.
A transformed landscape, definitely. More resilient communities, more resilient nature. And when you connect that to the bigger picture, it's not just about stopping bad fires, it's about restoring ecological balance overall.
How so?
Well, these frequent, intense megafires, they disrupt natural cycles, ruin soil, hammer biodiversity, degrade ecosystems long-term, making them even more prone to future fires.
Like a vicious cycle.
Exactly. By reducing the intensity and frequency of these huge destructive events, AI drones could actually allow for more natural natural fire regimes. Smaller, beneficial fires might occur without exploding out of control.
Fires that ecosystems actually need sometimes.
Precisely. Fires that clear underbrush, promote regeneration. This could lead to more robust, diverse ecosystems. Maybe the return of species pushed out by megafires? It's about the long-term health and resilience of these environments.
The holistic benefit.
Truly holistic, impacting everything from biodiversity to global carbon cycles and air quality. It goes way beyond just saving buildings.
And ultimately, the source material we looked at leaves us with this really powerful statement. It just says, the choice is ours.
Simple, but profound.
It's a reminder, isn't it? This future, this transformed landscape. It's not guaranteed. It's something we have to actively choose, shape, build, starting now.
And what's really compelling there is what that choice actually means for you listening right now.
Okay.
It's about recognizing this huge transformative potential we've been discussing, understanding the incredible benefits, yes, but also the challenges, the societal things we need to consider. Being informed, engaging in conversations in your community, more broadly about how we implement this responsibly, transparently.
Supporting the research.
Supporting the research and development, absolutely. But also demanding that ethics, public acceptance, robust oversight stay right at the forefront. This future isn't just handed to us.
We build it together.
We collectively build it through informed decisions, active participation, and a commitment to innovating responsibly.
Well, we've just completed a really deep dive into an incredibly important topic, something that truly affects us all.
Definitely.
We looked at the devastating reality of wildfires today, the limits of even the most heroic traditional firefighting, and then this game-changing potential of AI-powered drones.
For that super early detection and rapid response.
Yeah, highlighting those concrete benefits from the trials, cutting spread rates by up to 80%, saving millions, potentially billions in damages. We saw that from California to Australia.
And the aha moments, I think, really come when you realize this isn't science fiction tech anymore. LiDAR mapping, giving that precise 3D fuel data, infrared sensors seeing through smoke, those complex predictive models. These aren't just lab concepts.
They're real tools.
They are powerful, integrated tools actively shaping a new front in environmental protection, offering a tangible, proven way to mitigate one of our planet's most destructive forces. It's AI moving from theory to practical, life-saving, economically vital application.
So, as you go about your day, maybe you look up at the sky or walk through a park. Just consider the sheer vastness of our planet's forests and wildlands. If a network of AI drones could genuinely watch over every inch, providing this constant intelligent oversight for fires, what else could similar autonomous tech help us tackle?
That's a great question.
Could they monitor biodiversity loss, detect illegal logging in remote areas, track invasive species, maybe even help mitigate the effects of other extreme weather?
The potential applications seem huge.
But also, what new responsibilities would that kind of widespread technological power bring? For us, as a society, something to think about. This knowledge is really just the start for you to explore more about this fascinating intersection of AI and environmental conservation.